Garrick is not here tonight, so you guys have to deal with me, so sorry about that. So we will make this brief. But obviously I want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you for supporting the cause. You know that this is not just about blind golf, it's about the charities that we support. Devin's not here, obviously, but he would kill me if I didn't start off by doing this. So this is how Devin begins all his speeches, and it's kind of how we've been doing this at our raffles. So before we get started, I know Uncle Bill is here, so we're going to start with World War II. So if there are any World War II veterans here, I please want you to stand up and be recognized and stay standing. So where's Uncle Bill? He's Korean. Well, he's Korean War. All right, Uncle Bill, then my apologies. So stand up, Uncle Bill. All right. Okay, so next, anyone from Vietnam, please stand up and be recognized. I know for sure my niece's husband is here. I know Billy Schnur is here, but anyone that was involved in the Iraqi conflict, please stand and be recognized. And last but not least, I know that the chaplain that will give the invocation in a minute was in Iraq or Afghanistan, but anyone else that was in Afghanistan, please be recognized. Please, the chaplain. Okay, so I will make this quick, I promise. Who else? Grenada. Oh, that's right. Great, I'll hear from Devin about that one. So, if you could bear with me just a minute, I just want to say a couple things as I look back over the last few raffles that we've done. And this is usually the time when we talk about all the stuff that we've done over the last year, but that kind of comes across as kind of bragging and boastful, so I don't want to do that. But I do want each of you to know that you have truly made a difference in a lot of people's lives. If you saw the bottle of beer, the anniversary beer bottle that's in front of America Blind Golf's basket, it says the 10th anniversary ale that we made. Last year was the 10th anniversary of the tournament. So just a couple things I want you to know. Through all of the things that you have done to support us, first and foremost, you have touched the lives of almost 50 students in Medina and Wayne County that are dealing with visual problems. And through your efforts, we've given them over $50,000 worth of adaptive scholarship stuff. So that's first. And since we're on that subject, there are a couple people that I want to come up for a moment. And so Amy and Nick, come on up, because I have the viewer up here. And if Paige and Kyle will come up. So sometimes you hear those terms, stewardships and paying it forward and all those kind of buzzwords that you hear. But last year, those of you who were at the spring raffle will remember that Nick and Amy got a pretty nice viewer for Amaya. And after they got it, they said, well, you know, we have Amaya's first one. and it still works, and it's good. And if anybody could ever use it, let us know. And for those of you that were at the tournament over the summer, you know that Peyton, Paige and Kyle's daughter, the youngest recipient of a scholarship from us, got the Ruby HD magnifier, which is a really nice portable unit, but we thought that it would just be a wonderful fit, and I think Nick and Amy agreed, so they brought the viewer, so I wanted them to come up and they can hand that over to Kyle and Paige, and that's theirs. So, Thank you very much. The other two charities that we support, guys, that you know, kind of the minor of the charities, but we do make donations to the Foundation Fighting Blindness. And those of you who know me very well, I generally will say, you know, I'll be long gone and in the ground when they solve some of the things that go on with retinal disorders. But we've given them probably $10,000 over the years, and I just wanted you to know that a couple months ago I got an email with the result of the first end-stage clinical trial of stem cell research. And I can tell you that 100% of the individuals that took part in the trial made significant gains in their vision. I don't think it will ever help me, but I can tell you that before I'm in the ground, Amaya, Peyton, there's hope out there. And so everything that you've done by being here has gone towards that effort. So again, a big thanks for everybody. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, and I promise I won't say one more thing because that's what I always do at speeches, but just a little bit of an update on our 4 honored soldiers, if you will. We'll start with Sal, and I can tell you that Sal is going gangbusters in Nashville, and Brenda keeps me up with what's going on in Facebook, and I can tell you that his song Heroes, one of these days, guys, is going to hit the national record scene because they're hot after him. So, and Aaron, we were hoping Aaron would be here, but his lovely mom is here, so I want her, Carol, stand up and be recognized. So, there's Carol. Aaron is doing just fine. I can tell you, I have never met anyone recently blinded that has taken to the adaptive technology like Aaron. I call Aaron to ask him questions about my iPhone. He completed his first marathon, Carol?
He completed he's completed 4 marathons. His first marathon was this summer at Wright-Patterson. He got within, 300 feet of the goal there, and he collapsed. He would have finished that marathon in 3 hours and 40 minutes, which was too fast a pace for him. So he slowed it up, and he finished the marathon in Pensacola most recently, then the Army Marathon and the Marine Marathon in 4 hours. So he...
And last I looked, he was going to try and climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Is that still in the works?
Yes, he was in Peru. He climbed a mountain in Peru, and he's climbed in Colorado, and kayaked in Oregon, and he just called me from the airport. He was coming back from Michigan. A boot company had asked him to help design a boot, and he's just remained very active, obviously.
That's great. Yeah. And the last two, of course, are our signature soldiers. We call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Sometimes we call them other names, but I won't say what those are here. But I can tell you that Stetson, many of you know Stetson's mom is dealing with cancer. Stetson is certainly being the dutiful son and helping out his family. Stetson will, hopefully, fingers crossed, graduate this spring, and he's going to be a teacher and a coach. So Stetson is doing just fine. And Devin, those of you that were here 2 years ago and heard Devin's speech, and then heard his speech again at the tournament following, and Devin talked about how he was still dealing with his addictions to pain medication and all the things that he went through. I can tell you that he is just doing absolutely fabulous. He is moving up in the ranks of Warrior Speak. That's the Division of Wounded Warrior Project that goes around and speaks in the country. He's trying to get a managerial position in Jacksonville. And the reason I have the hat on, my wife would tell you I hardly ever take it off. But when Roger and Becky and Randy and Steph and I went down to play in the national championship in San Antonio, Devin met us. And he took Randy and Steph boot shopping. They both have their boots on tonight, so they have their boots on. And he took us to a military store. And honestly, I was never more honored. I think Devin had a great time taking me around, showed me the vest he was wearing when he was hit, showed me where the plates went, and said, hey, you know all that camo crap, that stuff sucks. He's like, this is Tricam. He said, let me buy you a hat. So that's why I have a hat on. Won't take it off. So everybody, I want you to have the greatest time tonight. Appreciate all the money that we raise. And with that, I will have Chaplain Pete do the invocation and we'll eat.
I served in Iraq and then again in Afghanistan in the main hospital. So it doesn't take much for my memory and thoughts to go back to the work that was going on there. And a lot of love and affection for the guys who do the work, knowing that you all here are giving support, lifelong support for veterans. So thanks. Join me in prayer. Loving and secure God, by your power our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines find the will to win. You also provide us the will to continue when injured. And they've given a portion of themselves to a grateful nation. Those with purple hearts know that their body can be injured, but our spirit is just as whole and complete. We give thanks for all the people all along the way, from the battle buddies to the medics, the hospital personnel, and the countless patriots who sacrifice to support our warfighters. And most of all, we thank you for the loved ones who bear the burden, at least for a time, to walk our heroes through to recovery. Bless each and every one. They bear the long and hard separations and the sacrifice too, so that the warfighters can promote and secure our principles worldwide. Thanks for the many months of arduous training. They make us ready for the fight to go on after injury. Thanks for the vision of veteran organizations that have taken Abraham Lincoln's vision to heart. We honor the profession of arms and pray for those who answer the nation's call, and we're honored by those who stay home and support. Continue the traditions of character and honor and courage. The men and women of the Purple Heart remind us that there is a price in securing peace, and it's worth it. Give each veteran a full heart and a happy spirit as we honor their commitment. We stand with the caregivers, we celebrate life, and their love is godly. So we uphold one another in the might and the power of your love, and it's worth celebrating. Amen.